It goes without saying that the leadership of the Arlington School Board members sets the tone for an event such as this. You're going to hear more about them later in a special ceremony. Kudos to AISD Superintendent Dr. Marcelo Cavazos and Communications Director Leslie Johnson. Special appreciation also goes to Erin Perales, the Director of Parent and Community Engagement, who assumed the entire organization of this for the Arlington ISD. We also have Jeremy Earnhardt, the Fine Arts Director. We want to thank him for organizing the performances. And Lynn Wynn, the Visual Arts Coordinator for the beautiful art show. And I need to tell you that this art show has also been on display at the Texas Capitol. It's one of the few in the entire state to do that. Lynn Wynn brought the students, their parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters to the Capitol. It was displayed there in the Capitol for 2 weeks, but they came on a Saturday and we had a great time. And it was something that is amazing. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I want to tell you something. I've already had somebody ask me if they're for sale, because they are just so good. And thank you, students and parents, for participating in the visual arts. It really adds a lot to our conference this afternoon. We're fortunate that the Arlington business community is very, very much a part of our educational scene. Let's all thank the Arlington Chamber of Commerce members whose presence here today shows that they recognize the importance of an effective educational system to prepare students for the workplace. This afternoon, remarks from various community leaders will give us different perspectives on education in our community. First up will be our host, Dr. Vistasp Karbari, President of the University of Texas at Arlington, who will bring us greetings from UT Arlington and a university perspective about educational opportunities. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Karbari.
Welcome back to Maverick Country. It's been our pleasure at the University of Texas at Arlington to host this annual summit for the past 8 years. As in previous years, it provides an opportunity for leaders from the classroom, the boardroom, and Main Street to come together to discuss a topic that is near and dear to each of us, and one that Representative Patrick has championed, that of education. She has tirelessly worked to ensure that the topic stayed in the forefront of the agenda, serving as a convener, as an advocate, as a friend to educators across the state. In many ways, she has been a model, a person in the legislature who spoke up for education, not only because she understood it, but she was and still is an educator. Through the years, she has worked on appropriations to enhance funding for education. She has brought forward legislation to ensure that we had better pathways for students, that mechanisms were put in place to ensure a highly educated workforce, and that education and career readiness existed for every student who wanted a path forward. While we will miss her leadership, it is absolutely crucial that as we prepare for the upcoming legislative session, we follow the tremendous example that she has set through these years and ensure that all of us continue to discuss, to communicate, and to address the challenges and the opportunities ahead of us. From pre-Cray through Gray, education is our strongest hope for a better tomorrow. It is fitting that this evening's summit is being held on our campus, since UT Arlington is a unique institution. It is now one of the 5 largest campuses in the state of Texas, the 2nd largest academic campus in the UT system, with a student population of just north of 40,000 students. Last year, we graduated over 9,000 students, actually about 9,700. We are justifiably proud of the commitment to ensuring both excellence and access, and to proving time and again that while the quality of the input stream is important, it's what we enable and what we encourage while students are at an institution, whether it be a school, a community college, or a 4-year institution, that largely determines the quality of the output. This is what public universities and public institutions of education are all about. access to excellence that enables transformation of the world, Lincoln's living legacy, the triumph of human potential, merit over class and status. As we move ahead as a nation, it's crucial that we pay renewed attention to education, not just at the level of sound bites, but in terms of engaged deliberation and sustained effort that ensures that we not only provide a great foundation for our youth, but also true preparation of all citizens throughout their lives. Education today is at a crossroads, and there's a critical need for us to work together towards ensuring that the entire system is not only forward-looking, but that we really integrate efforts at the schools, community colleges, and university levels to provide both pipelines and pathways for all our students. The University of Texas at Arlington has for many years been involved in the development of strong partnerships with ISDs and the community college systems around us, and over the past year we have redoubled our efforts in this area. Staffed by UT Arlington student peer mentors, UTA Go Centers in area high schools provide students with information regarding college and career options available to them, help them fill out financial aid applications, search for scholarship opportunities, and most importantly, provide continuous encouragement and mentorship. We launched the Bound for Success program in collaboration with Arlington, Grand Prairie, and Mansfield ISDs to encourage, support, and motivate all those who aim for higher education, guaranteeing admission to UT Arlington through performance while students are still rising juniors, and providing support while they're still in high school. We have many other programs, including the Hometown Recruiting Program, launched in conjunction with Arlington ISD and the Arlington Police Department, whereby high school students considering a law enforcement career can earn credit towards a criminal justice degree and participate in early police training while still in high school, a path for a college, degree, and a career made possible through collaboration. A new partnership between UT Arlington and the Arlington ISD through a STEM Academy will soon offer high school students classroom and enrichment experiences that put them on a path to success in fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We continue to build our strong relationship with Tarrant County College, and we are committed to strengthening these ties and building new ones to create a better tomorrow through education. And that is what I know Representative Patrick wants from all of us, a singular focus on education, with Texas leading the nation and the world in educational excellence and opportunities for all our students. So welcome ahead, and welcome again to UT Arlington. I'm looking forward to the discussions that will take place today, to the students whose work will be showcased, and to seeing all of you back here at UT Arlington as students at this institution. The steps that will take place as part of these deliberations, and the deliberations that Representative Patrick put in place years ago, will stand us as a city in good stead. Thank you all for being here. It is now my pleasure to introduce another great leader for Arlington, my friend and our mayor, Dr. Robert Cluck.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's a real pleasure to be here, especially with my colleagues. You know, I've been mayor in Arlington now for 12 years, and the first lesson I learned, I will never forget. And that is that I can do nothing by myself. The council can do nothing by themselves. It takes strategic partnerships. It took me about a year or maybe two to learn those lessons, or that lesson. I will never forget it. Because of those relationships we have with AISD, the school district, we have, as you heard just a minute ago, a special program for Arlington juniors and seniors, where they can receive fire training, just like regular firefighters, for a couple of years. And if their grades hold and if their behavior holds, they will be in the front of the line for the next academy to join our firefighters. And they have done a magnificent job. They are so into it. Now, you and I don't understand that. if I see a fire, I don't want to go into it. I want to stay back. But they feel that they want to be a part of that. Same with the Arlington Police Department. 2 years, junior and senior. Good behavior, good grades, a lot of other qualifications. They can take the academy. And with that academy, after they graduate, they are again in the front of the line for hiring for our police department and going through the regular police academy. And now we have another program with the hospital. I started saying my hospital, it really isn't. I work there. Arlington Memorial Hospital now has a program for kids who are interested in health care. And there are lots of kids that are interested in that. So we have at the hospital in real time programs for those kids to come up and get lectures from healthcare professionals, and hopefully we'll stimulate their interest enough that they will want to pursue healthcare when they get out of high school. We got many other programs, but again, those are just 3 of the programs to me that are most meaningful to the community and certainly to the kids, juniors and seniors. Arlington Independent School District has been a wonderful partner for us, and we continue to work together as we do with Tarrant County College, another jewel here in Arlington. It's a thrill to be associated with all these people, and I never imagined when I was elected 12 years ago that I would have the opportunity to work with some great people, but every day I do. So I'm very thankful for that. Diane, I want to tell you that I want to thank you for having been my friend for, I won't say how long, but a very long period of time. You and I and our families have had great relationships, but most importantly to me, your thrust has been education. And I can think of nothing more honorable than to be an educator or to help people become educators no matter where they are. And you have done just an honorable job at that. And I see her a lot, and I keep wishing she was there to help with the educational opportunities, but she does, like today. She's helping again. So it's my pleasure to introduce Wes Jurey, who is the president of Arlington Chamber of Commerce. Thank you.
I too would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Diane Patrick for the outstanding job she's done as our state representative. I know of no one who's been more committed to education specifically, and we're certainly going to miss you during the session. But as you said, you're still going to be our partner, and we look forward to that. I want to thank Mayor Cluck for giving me a great lead-in because, as he said, none of us do it alone. We're all up here on stage because we work together continuously. There isn't anyone on stage that I don't view as a partner, and I know we all think the same way. In fact, the city, led by Mayor Cluck, our college, led by Bill Coppola, our school district, led by Marcelo, Cavazos, Bowie, Hogg as president, and the outstanding school board, the chamber, even the county and the workforce board. I think if you ask any of us how often we interact, we'd simply say continuously, and that really is what it takes, because no one single organization can do it alone. But I'll give you a little business perspective. Think about this simple fact. Today's first graders in school this fall are the high school class of 2026. What are they going to face when they graduate from high school 12 years from now? Go back just 12 years ago, UT Arlington had 18,000 students. You just heard our president say it's 40,000. To put it in perspective, the University of Oklahoma has 18, Kansas State 23,000. Gives you another way to view UT Arlington, doesn't it? And by the way, they're catching up with UT Austin. Think about that one. What kind of jobs will they compete for? We celebrate General Motors being here. The mayor's played a key role in their expansion. Today, if you walk into that line, no one screws a bolt on a fender. They're all operating computerized, highly sophisticated robotic assembly operations. It takes a lot of education and training. And the reality is, unless the business community and our educators and our city officials work together, we won't align efforts so that we're actually creating the kinds of educational institutions that will train your young men and women for the jobs that will be there for them in the future. And the reality is, most of the jobs today's first graders will compete for after graduation haven't been invented yet. We're excited to have Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and Bell Helicopter and American Eurocopter, to name a few, in our region. And they've been building a lot of airplanes and helicopters and missiles. But the reality is the Department of Defense today is extensively testing unmanned everything. Unmanned submarines, unmanned convoys of trucks, unmanned fighter jets, unmanned tank battalions. That's a future. And it means we're going to have to rethink how we train, prepare, and educate young people. So celebrate, if you will, today, the fact that in Arlington, Texas, you live in a community in which our educational leaders and our elected officials are working together at an almost unprecedented level. I don't know of a city in North Texas in which you can truly say all of those organizations are working this closely together. And again, Mayor, I want to acknowledge you, Bill Coppola, Marcelo, Bowie, Diane, and Dr. Karbari, for that kind of leadership. It's really what it takes to build a community. It's really what it takes to educate our future workforce. And without a future highly educated workforce, you won't see the kind of high-paying, quality jobs all of you aspire for and for your children. And I know every time you look in the faces of those first graders, you think about their future. Just remember, we're all working together today, collectively and collaboratively, to build and prepare that future. And I thank all of my colleagues. And now it's my privilege to introduce a good partner and a great friend, Dr. Bill Coppola, President of the Southeast Tarrant County College campus. Bill.
Thank you very much, and thank you for letting me be here today. On behalf of Chancellor Hadley, our Board of Trustees, our 3,000 employees, and 60,000 students at Tarrant County College, Diane, we really want to thank you for your leadership over the years in bringing education and moving education forward in the North Texas area. We really appreciate that a lot. 50 years ago, Tarrant County College next year is going to celebrate its 50th anniversary. And at the same time, the Civil Rights Act and Civil Rights Movement was being forged through this country. And because of that, education was on the forefront of going to go to as many people as possible, and that's when the community colleges started to erupt all over the country. And one of the values was affordability, accessibility, and diversity. And that is one of the roles and the missions of Tarrant County College. What I want to do tonight is just talk to you just for a few minutes about two very important things that we're excited about on our campus. I always describe myself as a proud president of the Southeast campus, but also a very lucky person, because I'm over a campus, we have 12,000 students, that we're in the middle between AISD and UTA, and we have a very important role. I'm going to talk about some of the partnerships we have. Chancellor Hadley, one of her goals was to have at least one early college high school on each of our Tarrant County College campuses. If you don't know about an early college high school, the early college high school is a designation through the Texas Education Agency for innovative high schools located on or near a college campus that will allow first-time in college students who are at risk of dropping out of school and likely would not otherwise consider attending college. And they'll have an opportunity to earn a high school diploma and an associate's degree at the same time. We opened our first campus this fall, on my campus. The early college high school includes strategies and activities to create a college-going culture and will enable students to build skills and knowledge, including academic behaviors necessary for college success. It will include parental and community outreach to build a widespread understanding of that college culture. And what we find is very important is not only to educate our students, but also to help with the families on how to be parents of college-level kids. So the students that are in the early college program are getting dual credit, and there is no cost to the students. They are getting rigorous instruction starting in the 9th grade. They are provided academic and social support services to help students succeed. They are increasing their college readiness, and we are breaking down all barriers for college success. And I want to show you about, we do things quite quickly at Tarrant County College. So I want to tell you about the timeline. In December of 2012, there was an agreement made in this building after our Christmas party with Dr. Cavazos and myself and our chancellor and some vice chancellors. We sat around a table and we decided to move forward with the early college high school. Prior to that, Marcelo and I met for about a year to kind of go through to see this is what we really want to do. So that was December of 2012. In the spring of 2013, a joint TC and AISD committee started to work on the program. In August of 2013, our wonderful board of trustees agreed to build the facility on our college campus, and that is very unique to early college high schools. Most early college high schools are either on a high school campus, within a school model, or located in a building within the high school facility. We decided to go ahead and build a building on our campus. Now, in November of 2013, the board approved the allocations for the building. In January of 2014, just this past January, the early college high school application was approved by TEA. Now, if you notice the timeline, our board has very visionary, decided to appropriate $13 million to build the building before the state approved the actual program. I was glad I got a contract the following year. It was nobody more nervous than me, but we said, yes, it's going to go. But we had such a strong partnership, and what really sold the early college high partnership was not just the relationship between AISD and TCC, but also within the community of Arlington and also with the chamber. So then we started, and in August of 2014, we had our ribbon cutting. So in 13 months, we built the building, and it's wonderful. So it's important to understand that the Collegiate High School is located on our property and it's within walking distance of our campus. It's a long walk, but students do walk in August in there to get to our gym class. We consider that PE. But it's also considered the 7th high school of AISD. It's not associated with Tarrant County College, but it's actually a high school that is on our campus. And the operations and staff are paid for by AISD. And I don't know if Dr. Bolen is in the room today, but he is the principal and just doing a wonderful job as the new principal. And is he here? There you go. Stand up, Ben. Give him a round of applause. Hard to see it here. The unique partnership we have is that Dr. Bolen and his staff actually sit on the committees on my campus. So when Dr. Jackson, our vice president, has her dean's meeting, Dr. Bolen attends every single dean's meeting. The advisor meets with our advisors on a regular basis to really make sure those students have that transition to college. Our first class, we have 121 students, and they're representative of every single AISD middle school. In the 9th and 10th grade, the students are housed in the new facility, but they do participate in activities and clubs on our campus. And when they're in 11th and 12th grade, they're going to be embedded on classes on our college campus. And it's still at no cost to the students. And we're excited to make them as part of our diverse population. So this whole partnership is a game changer for the city of Arlington. And this is an effort to change the cycle of poverty through education. Dr. Marcelo Cavazos always says that education is the equalizer. So I'm using your quote this time, because I always have quotes, but I'm going to use your quote. It is the equalizer, and we have to have an educated population. We are given a wonderful opportunity to a group of students who did not have college as part of their vocabulary. And this building could not have been done, and this process could not have been done without the great partnership with the city of Arlington. The city of Arlington, of course, building a facility in the city of Arlington that fast takes a lot of discussions and partnerships. The other thing I want to talk about tonight is our workforce programs that we're doing with dual credit, with AISD and with Mansfield Independent School District. On my campus, the Southeast Campus, we offer accounting, business, Cisco support, and our world-famous culinary arts program, where 6 students earned their culinary certificates at the end of the spring of 2014. And there are 7 students enrolled in the certificate program now. And those students get bused over to our campus in order to use our facilities. After September 11, 2001, community colleges were given the task of training first responders in this country. And close to 80% of all first responders receive all or part of their training from a community college. 80% of police departments, 86% of firefighters, and 84% of EMTs receive all their credentials from a community college. And the partnership that we were talking about, that the mayor was talking about, the Northwest Campus has a fire academy and an EMT certification on Sam Houston High School. And this is where they get dual credit through us. They get graduated, and then out of the first class, 7 students actually got hired by Arlington Fire Department. With the South Campus, we have 9 technical programs. And I'm trying to say this, that we're spread out on 5 different campuses and 1 virtual campus. So there were 9 technical programs that AISD and Mansfield are using with the South Campus. The Northeast Campus has computer graphics, video production. And what's really more important that we like is that 60% of new nurses receive their training at a community college. And Mansfield Independent School District has a wonderful partnership with Trinity, our downtown campus, where students are actually bused down to the campus in order to enhance their skills at the Trek Center through a healthcare program of study. So what I want to do is just thank you very much for having me be here today. I really enjoyed the partnership we have. And without further ado, it's always my pleasure I always get nervous when I talk in front of Dr. Cavazos because he's such a better talker than I am. And you notice he'll have no notes, so I have to keep mine short. But Dr. Cavazos, it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Cavazos. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for the invitation, Diane, for inviting us to speak just a little bit about our community and our wonderful community that we have here in Arlington as we partner together. I'll start by thanking you, Diane, for your efforts throughout the years in leading the way in education. I sincerely believe that when your voice was added to the Texas legislature, you were leading the way in education. And Diane, without you, education would not be the same in Texas. For the public school children of our state, a debt of gratitude to you and your service. Thank you. And again, it's with great pleasure that I visit with you just a little bit about our work in Arlington ISD. We serve 64,000 students, we have about 8,000 employees, and our first purpose, our primary purpose, is to serve those students exceptionally well. And we serve them exceptionally well by providing them a quality education. And as Bill said, education is the great equalizer. It really levels that playing field, that social, that political, that economical playing field for our students. And it begins when they're in pre-K and kinder. And we know that it extends all the way through grade 12, but it doesn't stop there. That's why we are here with Bill Coppola and Dr. Karbari, et cetera, as representatives of higher education. And the fact that our students today are succeeding at levels like no other students and no other time before. And we should be very thankful that we are in a community such as Arlington, where we partner well together, all of us together, because we know that we can't do this work alone. This work is too important and too valuable, but we also know it requires the effort of every single individual, from the parents, the teachers, the administrators, the community colleges, the city, etc. Every single one of us for one purpose, and that is to make sure our students are successful in what they wish to pursue. And so whether it's an early college high school, whether it's an outstanding kinder program, dual credit program, etc., it's for our students so that they can be successful. And when you have a community such as ours that comes together for that purpose, it changes not only our community but our state and our nation. And I challenge that it changes our world. Because we know that when students are successful, when students are obtaining their tangible success in school at whatever grade level, it affects their family, it affects their community, and everywhere they go, it affects them because they're being successful in our schools. And so in Arlington ISD, we're very proud to be great partners with our other institutions in the city. We know that the work that we do today is so important because we know that today we are charged with caring for our students. Today they're depending on us, and tomorrow we depend on them. And those students that we're depending on tomorrow will be highly educated and ready for their future and their career of choice because they attend a wonderful school district and because they're part of a wonderful community. So again, thank you for this brief amount of time that you allowed us to speak. I'd like to introduce our board president, who, by the way, leads the board, and our board this year is the Outstanding School Board of Texas. So congratulations. And so Bowie Hogg. I have the great pleasure to work side by side with Bowie Hogg. He's our board president this year, And our board is highly committed, and you'll see the rest of them. Keisha Mays came in, so Keisha. John Hibbs, we didn't get to introduce you all, and Gloria Pena. So thank you all for your service. Mr. Bowie Hogg.
Our work's a lot easier when you got an awesome leader like Dr. Cavazos. Let me start off and say thank you to Diane Patrick. I know we've all said it, and she's been a great representative of our state house and a great representative of Arlington. But let's even go farther back. Diane used to be a teacher. We talk about education. She knows about education. I'd like to say she earned her stripes in teaching, which she did, but she even earned bigger stripes to prepare to be for the legislature as a 2-term board president for the Arlington Independent School District. She started the State Board of Education for many years representing Arlington, and now she's serving in our State House. And we couldn't have a bigger advocate, and you can see the power Diane has and influence of the group she brings together to make sure we're all working on it. So please take this second, can't say enough, to thank Diane Patrick for all her years of education service. And she put up with my brother. My brother and her daughter went to school together. So if you can put up with that. But education is at a major crossroads right now. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about from a community perspective of what's happening. Education's tough. We're in a tough business. It's not an easy business. Education's being attacked right now. I think the college education was being attacked, and now K through 12 is under attack. People are coming after it. And the reason education's hard is I look at people and I say, think about the parents you're teaching. They all went to school. They all have kids in there. Everyone has something vested in education. Everyone either went to school, they have kids that just recently went to school, and so everyone thinks, well, here's how education worked when I went to school. Here's the way the thought process should be. Here's the way I learned when I was in school. Well, education's totally changed. You look at a kindergartner that's coming in, and you put, or even there's videos, you put a newborn baby in front of a magazine, and that newborn baby, a year old, will try and expand the magazine like it's an iPad page, right? So education has to constantly be in reform, and it's always in reform. Education's always changed. You look back at the days when they finally got rid of the abacus, right? We're glad. And so it's a constant battle. It's a constant change. But technology and social media has made it really under attack. And it's made it a real focus. So as a board and a governing committee and a leadership committee, we've realized, how do you change? How do you work on education? And part of it a lot now is reputation. How do you work on the reputation of a district? And how do you look at the things and get that reputation so you have the parents focused and parents are understanding the change that's occurring, that some of these changes are good? How do we find and embrace that brand new first year, second year, third year teacher who's fresh out of UTA, learning the newest and greatest, latest technologies from that 20, 25-year teacher who has the best classroom management and has been successful in that classroom for 20 years? It's very difficult. It's very hard. You have to look at the things and find from a community perspective of what are people looking for. And parents want choice. It's plain and simple. The more technologies are growing, the more people want choices over everything. From your doctor, to your providers, to where you're buying your insurance, to where your kids are going to school, to who the teacher is of those kids and exactly what they're learning. It's a very constant battle to offer those choices. In the AISD, we've always offered open transfers. You can transfer to any school within the district. We were offering transfers before transfer and school choice was cool. We're offering dual language fine arts academies. You hear a lot of discussion of what we're doing at the high school and moving into the college level. We've realized parents are looking for those dual language fine arts programs because parents are specializing their children more. Look at the sports world of what's happening with young kids. Kids are starting to focus on one sport that's going on. Well, they're doing the same thing in academics. They're saying, how do I get my child certified and fully fluent in multiple languages? What are we doing on the career tech side? Dr. Cavazos talked about some of these options. Where are we building that career tech center, as Mayor Cluck mentioned, for a fire academy, that a student knows at 16 years old they want to be a firefighter. There's a lot of students that do know exactly what they want to do. There's also a lot of students like myself at 16 years old, I knew I wanted to go to school, have a good time, make good grades, and go to some college. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do at 36 years old. But the students know. But I tell someone career tech is important for letting students realize what they don't want to do with their lives is what they want to do with their lives. A lot of kids want to be celebrity chefs right now. They want to sell cookbooks, they want to have their own TV show. They also don't realize you're going to stand over a hot stove 8 hours a day, every Friday and Saturday, no matter what. But what a great time for them to find out that's not what they want to do for their entire career at the age of 17 years old. What a great program. What are you offering these programs? How are we offering? And kids are choosing careers much earlier than they used to. So we have to provide those type of things. We also have to be very transparent with parents. We have to be very focused and transparent and change some of the attitudes. We do that through lots of surveys, lots of feedback, lots of input, and we have to offer individualized learning of here's what your children are learning because they want to be kept up to date as to what's being focused. We've got to have the technology keep up. We've got to be very transparent by showing what we're missing on. We know as a board and senior staff, we've got to do more for our elementary GT programs. We've got to do more to offering that technology to parents to let them have some of those choices. Let them be engaged. Because if you don't find a way to engage them, they're going to find a way to get somehow engaged. We also got to find a way to get that individualized learning for the kids whose parents aren't engaged. How do we try and get those parents back into the school? And then last, we talk about education's made a major change. And you heard us talk, and I think it's great that I'm going last. You talk about the partnerships. There's not a single person on this stage we haven't worked a partnership with. There's not a single other school district in this state that we aren't willing to talk to and have discussions. I look at my colleagues from surrounding school districts, and we all work with each other, because even though we may compete on the band fields, the football fields within districts and compete, from an education standpoint, we all want the same goals. We're all fighting for K-12 education. How do we find those things and build them together? And it's about the partnerships. How do we help them see what we're doing well? How do they help us see what they're doing really well to help us grow? How do we work with the city to build one of the nation's best? And people are coming from all over the country to look at our fire program. So much that then the police department got jealous and had to build one right after our fire department, which is a great thing. Jealousy works well. With UTA, our partnership with Bound for Success, that now other universities are calling us saying, how do we get in and do that partnership to be able to recruit those students from the AISD? TCC, the first early college high school built on a campus. The great leadership of Kristen Vandergriff and our other colleagues to say, yeah, we know AISD's got the right steps. We're willing to take those steps and build to the next level. And then the partnerships with our state representative. And as Diane leaves us, it's a very tough, bittersweet time to have her leaving. But we've got to realize education's under attack, and you better take that attack to every level. We work at it on every level, and every person out here has to make sure we put that focus on every level. Are we putting the best foot forward to our parents, to our retirees, to our neighbors? Because they listen to all our teachers and find out what's happening on Saturday on the soccer field. Are we putting the right reputation of the good things that's happening in the AISD? And I say this from a community perspective, we're all advocates. We all want the same goals. We all work very hard on this stage. Everyone, no matter what you do, education is so important. And every single person in this country has a vested interest in what's happening in education. And while UTA is, I think, the most valuable asset we have here in Arlington, the AISD is the largest employer in Arlington, and there's nothing more important than the education from all levels, from pre-K to college in Arlington. Thank you. And now I will call back up our state representative, Ms. Diane Patrick.
Again, thank all of you for taking time from your busy schedule to be here this afternoon. It's just such a pleasure to be able to showcase all the wonderful things that are happening in the Arlington ISD, and you are in for a treat when you see these performances, and when you see all the things that are happening, I urge you to go up and down and see every one of the 60 table exhibits that are in the Blue Bonnet Ballroom. Again, thank all of you for coming. Thank you so very much for being here. See you around.
the party now begin. There's plenty indication. Who is that just came in with got any switching? Don't mind me yelling, 'cause I'm empowered. I'm not through, I just with you. I need this joy to jump in. Joy jumping, joy jumping. Oh, this joy is jumping. Joy jumping. with all thy might. Christ is thy strength, and Christ thy right. Lay hold on life, and it shall be thy joy and crown eternally. Run the straight race through God's good grace. Lift up thine eyes and seek his face. Life with its way before us lies. Christ is the path and Christ the prize. Cast care aside, lean on thy guide. His boundless mercy will provide. Trusted thy trusting soul shall prove. Christ is its life and Christ its law. Faith not nor fear, his arms are near. Change it not, and thou art dear. Only believe, and thou shalt see that Christ is all in all to thee. Amen. 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 I wanted so badly to be good. I wanted everything to turn out right in you. I wanted to go to heaven. Whatever I thought I should lose, I lost. Whatever the cost, I paid it. Nothing was too much. Nothing was too much. I worked hard at letting go. I learned the art of denial. Wine turned into water, bread to stone. I was the bone singing in the desert. I was the gate swinging on its hinge. I was the bell ringing and ringing and ringing. I was the bell. I was the bell. I was the bone singing in the desert. I was the gate swinging on its hinge. I was the bell ringing and ringing and ringing. I was the bell. 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 Two silhouettes on the shade, oh what a lovely couple they make. Put his arms around your waist, held you tight, kisses I could almost taste. In the night, wondered why I'm not the guy. The silhouettes on the shade, I couldn't hide the tears in my eyes. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. Oh, silhouette, 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 silhouette. Oh, lost control and rang your bell. I was sore, let me in or else I'll beat down your door. When two strangers who had been two silhouettes on the shade said to my shock, you're on the wrong block. Rushed down to your house with wings on my feet, loved you like I never loved you, my sweet. Vowed that you and I would be two silhouettes on the shade all of our days. Two silhouettes on the shade. Silhouette, 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 silhouette. Oh, silhouette, 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 silhouette. Oh, two silhouettes on the shade.
This next song is called The Canon, number 40 by Orff and Keatman. This next song is called The Bamba Mugota by Paul Bakerman or The Grasshopper. This next song is called The Rondo, number 31 by Orff and Keatman.
wonderful art. Glorious gifts to human souls, sent from heaven to earth below, sent to inspire and comfort mortal hearts. And I will sing a song of beauty and a song of love and light. And I will sing so we remember all that's true and pure and right. And I will sing amidst the weariness and silence, grief of night. And I will sing, yes, I will sing, a way to sing. There is a magic made by melody, a spell of rest and fading colors deep, and music and singing have been my strength. And I will lift a glad song of praise, thankful for all of the marvelous ways that the gift of song and this voice that I raise have brought me solace and joy. I will lift my voice in praise of music, a hymn of praise to music, most wonderful art. Glorious gift to human souls, sent from heaven to earth below, sent to inspire and comfort mortal hearts. And I will sing, 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 a hymn to music. Working, I've been working on the railroad, working. I've been working all day now, working. I've been working on the railroad, working. I've been working all day now, working. I've been working on the railroad, working. To pass the time I'm working, I hear the whistle blowing, rise up so early in the morning, hear it. I hear the captain shouting, Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, 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 blow your horn now. Dinah, 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 blow your horn. Keep it singing now, someone is in the kitchen now, someone I know, someone's with Dinah, strumming on the old banjo. Hear the rhythm now, fee-a-fee-fi-fi, fiddly-I-o. Fee-a-fee-fi-fi, fiddly-I-o. Singing fee-a-fee-fi-fi, fiddly-I-o. Strumming on the old banjo. 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 Fee-fi-fi, fiddly-I-o.
appreciate very much. And once again, thanks to all you parents and students and teachers and administrators and everybody in Arlington ISD that made this evening such a huge success. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and have safe travels home.